So it's the end of the year. I wanted to do something completely different. I want to talk to you directly. First and foremost, everybody that was here from the beginning of me building this podcast this year, man, like I really want to thank you. Thank you. And this is the last episode of the year. So thank you everybody that's been coming in. I know who's been here. Passion, Paola. Like I seen the comments. I read the comments. I respond to you. So I want to thank everybody that's been here from the get-go, from the insurgents. The insurgents. Is that the right word? Of this podcast. And this is the one thing that I've been mostly consistent on, besides stand-up in New York City. But this has been a journey starting this all over again, and thank you guys for being part of this ride. And but there's a couple of things that this is going to be a one-on-one episode because the last one. I don't know what I want next year to look like for 2026. I'm going to sit down and definitely plan it out. But so far this year has been a good year. I've been doing a lot of stand-up, came up with so many great jokes. Starting this podcast alone with my friends like Norberto and Black Rose, and so many comedians that have come through for this year. Like I'm really happy about that, and I'm excited what's gonna happen in 2026. And for this podcast, what I want to talk about a couple of things that happened. I was like, okay, I want to talk to you guys directly because I'm like, there's a couple of things that happened. I know the Romeo and Prince Royce situation. I'm like, we gotta talk about it. And Zoe Saldaña, bro, Dominicans, what's going on with my people? You know what I'm saying? And there's certain thing that's going on in Dominican Republic right now, especially like the health insurance. I know, health insurance might not be sexy, but like this is something seriously happening in Dominican Republic. And I want to let people know in La República Dominicana that I stand with you. I stand with you. I'm with you, bro. Like, I'm sorry, like a lot of people are going through what they're going through today. This is a new format that I'm trying like a little new system, so let's see how this goes. First and foremost, let's get into it. I saw Avatar last week. Avatar was fantastic. I don't know why TikTok, they're getting a lot of flack, I feel like there's a lot of hate. I feel like people complain just to complain. I saw Avatar, Fire and Ash, and let me tell you something, the villain Varan, she is hot, she's sexy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I never thought I would be turned on by an alien chick, right? Like, she's like ferocious. I like that. She's gangster. And then I find out that this is Charlie Chaplin's granddaughter. Bruh. Charlie Chaplin's granddaughter. She, like, if you didn't see Avatar, let me tell you something. I love movies. I love watching movies, but like, I think people read too into movies nowadays, but there's 3 hours of pure entertainment. And I heard about Zoe Saldaña saying that Neytiri is racist. I'm going to put it over here so like you guys can watch it. We're going to watch it together. I got it right here. I'm ready. Look, let's watch this together. Okay.
I'm also 71. I can't plan.
That's not it. I think it's this one right here.
And let's face it, Neytiri's a racist. And she loses sight because of this blind fury that she has. She loses sight that the person that she loves the most and respects the most in her life is her husband. And he is human. He's a sky person. And I think it takes a lot of courage for Jake to be honest with her. And to force her, even knowing that she is broken, that he knows that she needs to face this because he sees in the direction that she's heading, and I think it's much more familiar to him.
Let me tell you guys something. I feel like I love Zoe Saldaña. Ella es Dominicana. She's Dominican. She's representing, and I feel like, this is not defense of her or nothing, but like I think she's a phenomenal actress. She's not an activist. I don't think she's somebody that's gonna understand like her saying that this is, Jake is courageous. Jake in this movie is a colonizer, right? But I feel like Zoe Saldaña is pretty tone deaf. Yes. Zoe Saldaña is somebody that's just, I think people have to accept that. Like, this is somebody that's tone deaf. Like, she doesn't understand a lot of social things. She's not an activist. She doesn't understand like social justice things. She's not in it. She's just an actress, and I think that it's okay for her to be an actress. You know, she puts her foot in her mouth, and she's trying her best. But she's an actress trying to play in Hollywood, and she's doing it. And to be an Afro Latina and doing it is fucking courageous. It's crazy. You know what sucks though at the same time, because it's like we don't have Dominicans, we don't have Afro Latinos doing it, and I feel like a lot of times we put a lot more pressure on Zoe Saldana because we're like, oh, she's a woman of color, she has to get it, you know, and not everyone gets it. And not everyone is supposed to get it. And I think we hold people at a high standard. You understand what I'm saying? She has to deal with already with the pressure of being the only woman of color at that level, right? She has to deal with acting. She also, like, for her to break it through, like, where less than 1% of people do it, it's phenomenal, you know? Also, she has that pressure, like, being a woman of color. Yes, she representing the rest of the people, but I just don't like shitting on somebody or going ham on somebody because she's supposed to know in a way just because she's Latina, right? I think we should cut Zoe Saldana some slack. Yes, she puts her foot in her mouth, but it's okay. She doesn't understand everything, and it's okay, right? I just don't want that extra pressure. It's already hard, and why we're gonna shit on our own people for somebody that's actually making shit happen, right? We got. She's a phenomenal actress. Neytiri killed it. Like they wouldn't be Avatar if there was no Zoe Saldana in Avatar. It wouldn't be great. I would say it like that. Yeah, she has a certain level of pressure that the other actors don't have to deal with. Do you think are people asking the other actor Jake like, oh, people are not gonna put that pressure on Jake or anybody else? You know, like, I love this woman. Maybe I'm biased because I like her because she's Dominican. But like I see it, we see it through and through. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with her. I hope that she takes some lessons or something, or read a book about Afro Latinidad or the way things. I don't know, like make some friends that study sociology. I always say, but we can't expect that from everyone. We can't, but. Sometimes the backlash is rightfully so, right? I just don't want people to be like, oh, let's cancel her or let's do this. Soy Saldana. Like, I don't think the intentions matter when people are talking. And this is her point of view of it all. And she's phenomenal in what she does, right? So I could see why people be like, yo, girl, come on. We're talking about colonizer. You're like, and you're also like saying, okay, Jake is... You know, but this is her view of seeing things. Ay, la pobre Soy. Soy no sale de una. I just want her to win, continue winning, but also like, coño, muchacha, get off on. I think she should stop doing press. Don't talk about anything that has to deal with social. You know, she's obviously tone deaf. Right? Let's go right into Romeo Santos and Prince Royce, bro. This is the interview that Romeo Santos and Prince Royce are getting backlash, bro. La gente están hablando de Prince Royce and Romeo Santos. I'm like, you know what? I love these two guys, bro. Yo soy dominicano, mi hermano. I love these two guys through and through, bro. Like, the only concert I ever been to has been a Romeo Santos concert. That's the only concert I will pay to go watch and sit in the front row and see Romeo. You see what I'm saying? Prince Royce, I won't pay more than $50 to go see him. I'm gonna be honest. But he's a talented guy. I like his voice. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, but I just don't expect activism from Prince Royce, but I've never seen activism from Prince Royce. I think I expect more from Romeo, right? But let's listen to what happened. Let's watch this little interview.
To introduce them to what we were doing, so I can understand that frustration.
You guys have both been active politically via music. You were one of the first Spanish-speaking artists to call out Trump by name back in 2015. Royce, you played at the DNC.
Oh yeah.
Bro. Bruh, you saw when he said, Royce, you played at the DNC. Royce was like, I did. You've been politically active. Royce was like, have I been politically active? And he was like, yeah, you played at the DNC. Oh yeah. I don't think Prince Royce was into activism or into politics like that. Right?
You've both.
You played at the White House,
You've
if
been
I'm not
to- yeah,
mistaken.
yeah,
You played for Obama.
Yeah.
You've been to the White
Okay,
House.
Ventura.
Like,
Take that,
and-
SNL.
You want me to do some skits? I'll kill that too.
Romeo's hilarious. Romeo got swag, personality. Let's hear what Romeo said that people were like mad about.
I think that's right.
I think
you're a
that's
funny
true.
guy.
Yeah.
In the last couple of years.
What do you mean I'm a funny guy?
There we
In a
go.
good way, in a good way.
You want to do the whole scene?
We
can
do the whole-
Last couple of years, many stories written, including by our great newspaper, about Latin voters moving to the right. In New York, obviously, mayoral election was a counterpoint to all of that. What is the role for Spanish language artists in America, in Mexico, in the Caribbean, to speak out about what's going on with deportations and ICE and the way it's affected touring?
I'll be honest with you. There's a lot. Like, this guy is right. Like, there's a lot of Latinos. When we come into New York, I see a lot of Dominicans went more to the right. Right. You also have to understand what happened here in New York City. Like, there was a massive influx of immigration. Also, a lot of negative propaganda against, Venezuelan immigrants. Right. So a lot of, Dominicans, like, even though there was a lot of negative propaganda talking about immigration and immigrants, right? A lot of them, even to this day, a lot of people voted for Trump. I got a lot of friends. I got a lot of homeboys that voted for Trump because they didn't feel, first of all, like, and also we also have to understand that the people are frustrated economically. Like, the middle class is not here no more. They phased out, and people are struggling. The price of goods are high. So what do you think people are gonna do? Like people, like, they're like, okay, I voted for this guy. The groceries are expensive, and they don't have time to be like, why groceries are expensive? They're just expensive. Fix it, right?
Says, do you find that to be a place that needs your input as somebody at the top of your field?
I think it's a complicated question.
That right there, that response, I think it's it's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. The truth is, like, but I don't expect Prince Royce to be like, this is what's going on. Like, for me, it's not that complicated. But for Royce, I don't think Royce is up to what is going on.
And I think the country's just been so divided in general, where it's
Yes.
like tricky to answer these questions. But
You also gotta think about, these guys are up here. They're also, like, majority of the, like, people that support these two guys are Dominicans. A lot of Dominicans are to the right. A lot of Dominicans. So they said the wrong thing, which they still did. Like, I feel them. Like, like, even when I go on stage and I talk comedy, like, sometimes I reserve myself. Should I talk about these things, bro? Like, and I do talk about politics from time to time, but I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I talk about it? And you feel the tension in the room because I already know where a lot of the Dominicans standing, right?
I will say this. I think for me as a Latin artist, it's always been important to kind of represent my family, who are immigrants from the Dominican Republic, who came with a dream, who then I'm from the projects, Patterson Projects in the South Bronx. But I think obviously we're going through a rough time. And I think right now it's all about just support, trying to show support to the Latin community. People are going through tough times. Obviously not everybody is a criminal in life in general. And not just Latin community. I think I want to speak on a broad aspect of things. But it's obviously a difficult time, and I think for me, it's all about.
That was good. That was really good. It's a difficult time. Not everybody is a criminal.
At least just trying to show support to the Latin community that's been there for us as Latin artists that have always supported our music. You know, I grew up with, I say I'm 200%. I feel like I'm 100% American. I'm 100% Dominican.
That's stupid. Nobody's 200%. Nobody. I'm 100%. There's no such thing as 200%. That means there's two of you.
And I wasn't born in DR. I didn't live in DR. I would go every summer, but I feel very Dominican as I feel American. So I think it's a time for unity and just to try to promote love and peace, no matter what side you're on, you know?
Yeah, man. Like I feel Prince Royce because everything's so polarizing, bro. And sometimes like it's so polarizing nowadays that people see you through that lens first, right? And that's how we walk through it. Like even if I get on Hinge, people are like, if you voted for this person, don't even mention it. You know, like don't even try to talk to me. Do you like that is? But that's where we at right now politically, as culturally in the United States of America. But his answer was not too bad. It was not. I think that his answer was cool.
And I will say this.
Yeah, he said like, "Yo, immigrants and we're not all criminals." I accept that answer. I don't think people are mad at Prince Royce.
You know, because I do remember that occasion. I believe that was in the Barclays.
At Barclays, you said
I'll remind you what you said.
Yeah. No. And I'm not trying to take it back.
Yeah.
I could tell you that I've evolved in so many aspects that I can't say I regret what I said in the sense that I'm always me, and there's different versions of me. If you ask me today what's my opinion about any of that, I would tell you I think artists should stick to music, and the ones that decide they want to get into talking about politics and
religion. It could be,
you know, I also do believe in freedom of speech. I just feel that I'd rather.
That's fair. I think, you know, if artists don't want to talk about politics, then you don't have to talk about politics. There's no, you see what I'm saying? But the ones that do should. I think that's fair.
Promote love, unity, and just kind of understand that people.
I'm with that. Promote love, unity. That's what like Bob Marley was all about. Like he was the one that brought people together in Jamaica, because Jamaica was like under a civil war or something, right? And then Bob Marley was promoting, talking about love and unity and bringing people together, which helped, which worked.
People have different views in religion, policy, even sports. Like I see people fight and shit get out of pocket violently because you have a
let's go Knicks.
No, the Mets. Well,
yeah,
forget about it.
So basically, it's like, look, I'm here to give you music and entertain you.
So as the temperature is rising and the polarization is increasing and the clashes, both literally and figuratively, are getting more intense, your instinct at this moment is to take a step back, not to go deeper into the fray.
Not necessarily. I'm telling you from my perspective.
Right.
Me.
Yeah, I mean you personally.
Yeah, like any artist that wants to go out there and talk about anything, as long as it's respectful, diplomatic. I don't see anything wrong with two people sharing two completely different views. I could tell you from that instant when I went on stage, I had a few drinks. You know, it came from a frustration because basically,
hey, he's throttling back. That right there, everything's going good. You're throttling back on what you said before.
I'm for the people, you know, and if I felt at the time that my Latinos were being belittled, I just said what I felt at the moment.
Latinos are being belittled right now.
It doesn't mean I want to get into how I feel about it now in retrospect, but I just regret not focusing on what I'm here to do, which is give good music and only talk about that. Doesn't mean maybe tomorrow I may wake up and say, fuck this person, fuck that person, and it's how I felt, and it's how I probably would feel.
I feel like he could have handled that a little better. I understand where he's coming from, but he could have been like, yo, I feel for my community, you know, Latinos, we are the backbone of this country, or I love my people and they support me and I stand with my people. Something, bro. Yeah. I think that last part was the one that were like, yeah, like it feels like you're throwing it back, especially he's telling you that the temperature in this country is rising. But let me tell you something, bro.
Do you think it harmed you to be vocal at that time? Was there blowback?
Not at all.
Either politically or in your family. Like maybe you have family members who disagree.
Let me tell you guys something. Dominicans, a lot of Dominicans are not gonna be canceling Romeo and Prince Royce, and I don't think that people should cancel them. We should tell them that, yo, we hold you at a higher standard. I don't care about what Prince Royce thinks, and I don't care about what Romeo thinks about what's going on now. And I think, but also like those two are like two completely different levels. I think people are more disappointed in Romeo because Romeo is like the man that took it worldwide, bro. Like this guy is like, bro, for us, like Romeo, we grew up with this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like this was the dude that sang Amor de Madre, right? He was talking about like abortion in his own way, like, you know, but he doesn't have to be an activist. He doesn't have to dwell in politics. He doesn't. It's extremely polarizing. But to be honest, it would have been great for him to say something like right now, our Latinos being attacked. People, pregnant women. We've seen pregnant women being taken in. Somebody was just deported that is, I think, is held in the ICE detention. That's a U.S. citizen. Is Latina. You know, I think it's time for you to be like, it's just the temperatures are rising for us, and it's easy to say, I love my people, I stand with them, and that's it. Will I be canceling Romeo? Will I be canceling Prince Royce out of this? Hell no. Hell no. I love those guys. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about, like, I was the one, when Aventura came out, I was the dude walking around high school. I got every Aventura album. We broke the rules. Everything. Right? I don't expect a lot from Prince Royce. I don't think it's a bit like, oh, I'm not going to support them anymore. They just don't want to be involved because everything is so... Right now, people are politically constipated. Politically constipated. I think if you want to be supportive or something like that, you want to be more activist, there are a lot of groups out there that are doing something with what's going on right now. And yes, and we should hold their feet to the fire. Yes, we should be like, yo, to be honest with you, we expected more from you. But I don't think it's time to be like, oh, you're done. Romeo, you are done. I'm done with you. Bro, this guy's given us so much great music. He works hard. Not only great music, but he has given us and impacted our culture phenomenally. And I think, and Romeo, do better. Do better, bro. Like, be there for our people, bro. Like, I understand that this is and you know what? I also understand him, bro. I understand him, bro, because our community on its own is like, me coming to New York City and seeing how it is, bro, is like, Dominicans are for this. Right? A lot of our people that support us, like a lot of people that support us, right? A lot of the community that support Romeo support what's going on right now. That is the truth. Whether he likes it or not, whether Prince Royce likes it or not, that's where it's at. You know what I mean? Which sucks. And it's easier said than done for anybody else. But if you're not in that position, like, this is their livelihoods. And they got to think about that. And yes, and there's people that are losing their livelihoods. But we also got to think about, like, we live in echo chambers. Massive amounts of crazy. It's like, these echo chambers, like, people don't talk to each other anymore. People don't know what's going on over there, especially with social media. Let me switch this back. With social media, everything that's happening with social media, la gente no sabe lo que está pasando. Right? And I love those two. But I don't think I will not. Also, like, it's hard for me to cancel Romeo. It's hard for me to cancel Romeo. You can't cancel Romeo. I got to see him slap my mother. That's the only time I will ever cancel Romeo. He has to do something horrific. Something really horrific. You see what I'm saying? No. There's a lot going on, bro. And also I want to talk to you guys about what's going on in Dominican Republic, right? And there's something going on over there when it comes to the insurance, health insurance. Like, we're seeing a lot of top executives that are part of the Senasa, which is the name of the insurance company. And what they were doing is that they were grabbing money and they were embezzling money, they're buying Rolex watches, and they were overcharging people for medications and treatments and services that they never received. So like that they could get more money out of them. And they will exhaust their insurance. They will exhaust their insurance. And a lot of times, they will exhaust their insurance, and a lot of times they wouldn't even get the care that they need. You know, yo estoy con mi gente dominicana allá en la República Dominicana. Me da mucha pena de lo que está pasando allá. Right? What happened with... And let me tell you something. I'm gonna be completely honest with something that happened with me and my family, man. You know, my grandma died of cancer. And she had cancer for 4 years, man. And we as a family had to cough up money because somehow, the money was exhausted for her medical care, bro. We had to borrow over $2 million to pay for her chemotherapy, to pay for everything that she needs. Bro, like, we spent a lot of money, like, the whole family. Until this day, we're still paying off debt. And it's so much so that I have a couple of uncles in jail right now because they did whatever they can to make money the way that they know how to make money so they could try to save their mother's life. ¿Tú puedes creer eso? So they could try to save their mother's life. They'll do it. Bro, when it comes to saving my mother's life, I'm going to do whatever I can. And then come to find out that this whole Senasa thing happened, bro. And they were like, oh, which makes sense. No wonder they couldn't cover my grandma's medication. And my heart goes out to anybody in the Dominican Republic that has to deal with this. And my heart goes out, well, like, I stand with you guys, you know? Like, those criminals, a lot of times we're like, oh, these people, they want to call everybody else a criminals, but what about the criminals that wear ties? The criminals in office. The real criminals that own and run big corporations. We have criminals here that are in power. And then they're right away, they turn around. Over here, they call the immigrants the criminals. They call Latinos the criminals. They call black folks the criminals. But the true criminals are the ones that are oppressing us and stealing all our money. And it's happening. We're seeing it over there. And it's sad because I'm like, you know, we did everything we can to save my grandma's life, bruh. And let me tell you, and it was worth every penny. But what about the people that can't? What about the people that can't? You know, I saw recently that there was this girl that she recently died. Like, you know, she didn't have $5,000 to pay for her medical insurance. So she died because she could stage 4 cancer because she couldn't get chemotherapy. You're here in the United States of America. When we have, like, there's so many places that have free healthcare that her life would have been saved if she was just in Finland. If she was in Denmark, she would have been saved. Probably. We don't know. But there was a higher possibility. I think she left a kid behind. Right? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is how we're going to end 2025. I think we live in a place where people are so emotionally charged too. Like, man, like, you talk anything about politics, everything's like reactionary. Like, bro, like, things are not that crazy. Things aren't that crazy. Some of it. I feel like, don't you guys feel like somebody grabbed all the Infinity Stones and just like shook them up and wiped their ass with it and we're like, yo, I feel like we grew. Don't you guys feel like we were born in the wrong timeline, bro? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that every single day. I'm like, oh no. Sometimes we need to take a break from the news because this is not healthy. Yeah, so no, I know this is the last episode, man, and I wanted to talk to you guys directly. I want to do more of this. I think this is fun for me. I wanted to try this out. I never done like a reaction video. I want to do reactions with you guys, but tell me, guys, tell me what you think. Whether you agree with me or you don't agree with me, I want to hear everything and what you think. right? Also, thank you for listening and watching this video and supporting me. You know, I love you. I love my people.